Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel, and welcome to my road to 200 mil necromancy. So, just got level 85 and we're starting to slave away now with the actual combat grinds. For me, the start of this skill was the absolute AFK fest I was quite looking forward to. Pretty much just sitting at all the different combat spots which were identified as like really good and OP starter spots in the player and slayer dungeon, and pretty much camp it out from there. As you've seen, just got level 85, and what we're currently using at the minute is bound skeletons. Bound skeletons were pretty good, although they did cause me quite a lot of damage at points. So my setup was kind of on the defensive side, but using death dealers really started to blow through the aura refreshes which you get for Armed War, because vampirism was just massive. So vampirism for me in my training of necromancy was just huge. I had to make sure I always had that on for pure AFK factor, and this is how I was able to sort of keep on top of videos, and especially like the necromancy hype of all the videos as well, just to make sure that we keep pushing out all the content for you guys, just to make sure you're entertained and you got everything you guys want to see on the channel. So in terms of this video, we're just going to do some more necromancy progress. Really wanted to start getting up to level 90s, but eventually I do know that I'm going to have to go and get the armor updates. We're going to have to go and get Hermod or Hemod, whatever it is, to go get the plates, and we've also got to do an adventure with a couple of quests as well. So hopefully in this video we get to do a bit of everything, get to show you how I trained it. I know these videos are a bit backdated, but I'm going to try my best to catch up as much as possible. Just show you guys my necromancy journey and how I got on through it as well. And then when I finally catch up, we can do the higher end, back end of necromancy together. Hopefully when there's some nice new updates and maybe a new boss in the form of vorkath. So I've set myself a little goal there to be caught up by the time vorkath's released, so we can be on time for vorkath. So much AFKing later, and again, these armored skeletons actually weren't too bad of a drop table. They're really good for Arbok seeds, okay-ish for Alks, and just, yeah, pretty decent to AFK, and the droids, like extra runes, were pretty good to carry as well. But there's another necromancy level, that is level 87, so we skipped 2 levels, missed 86 because I was probably too AFK. I was doing a lot of progress on the bond account at this point. This skill in like being too AFK in the player and slayer dungeon was massive for the bond account, and this is pretty much what I was doing for a while, quite a while to be fair, because yeah, like I say, it's pretty AFK. I had this set up and did it in like parts of 2 to 3 hours. So I'd do a 2-3 hour session, focus on other stuff, just purely AFK, and just make sure I overloaded whenever I needed to overload. A few really OP things about this: the Ghost is so good, and the Blood Siphon. If I ever forgot to overload dose, or just took a bit too long overload dosing, that would get all my HP up straight away. But in terms of the skill, and especially the early stages before people found out like the real OP methods, AFK in the Slayer Dungeon was more than good enough for me, and to be fair, quite enjoyed it. So there it is, level 90 necromancy. Now, what I would say is, before I got some upgrades, these bound skeletons were like ripping me apart. And I've done these from 80 to 90 because 90 had the upgrade on the rituals, and that's when I wanted to do souls, is when I was getting more souls per bone, just so I'm not killing myself on rituals. A few things I've done to make these bound skeletons a lot more better, and not that I'm getting slapped up all the time. So I always rock a vampirism aura, and that's basically non-negotiable for these because they do a fair bit of damage. I upgraded to the level 70 power armor, which I needed to do anyway, but we did get that. The level 80 upgrades I had anyway, but they were still hitting me, but it was more towards the armor. And I bring torso sticks because they will give me like a little bump in XP. I bring penance powder. I was just doing like potions and stuff, but because it's so AFK, you don't look, and then you just end up getting slapped and you're dead. So that's that. And one other thing I did bring, what was it? Bunyip. So Bunyip, throughout my training, that and Soul Split pretty much cover it with Vampirism as well. So yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm very AFK, to be fair. But now it's going to be time for us to go and do some rituals. I'm going to do Nex as well today to go and get the level 80 armor. And then we need to have a quiet look at the level 90 weapons, so a bit painful. I've got the weekend though, to be fair, and some other things I'm looking to do is a Zup kill and also a kiln for the capes. It'd be nice to like have all that ticked off as well, just so I've got some decent armor, and maybe depending on what the requirement is, maybe we'll look at 90 power armor as well. So we've got a decent level now, we've got stuff we can do with it as well, which is really, really good. So I'm going to finish this penance powder and this aura, and then we're going to go and start looking at stuff like the new rituals for us to do, what we need to buy supply wise, quests. There will still be some quests for us to do as well. So yeah, we'll come back with like the next big updates on what we end up doing, and just a bit of a report of like, we've got this, and this is why I've done it and stuff like that. So just been doing some rituals, just working on getting the bones. we have just got 91 Necromancy. So the XP is not amazing because I can't catch that skeletal gorilla. Never can, but just throwing them in. Even though I forgot to do it on this one, I do have the multipliers going. There we go. 140 souls each time, so that's pretty good. I'm going to stop at 8.5k though, because I believe they're going to make some changes to these on Monday. Just some little improvements just to make it a bit more easy, especially with that skeletal gorilla, because you just can't see where he's going or what he's doing. But yeah, I'm just going to have to do another 4 rituals. Then that's ticked off. Because we're 90 Necromancy as well, I can go and unlock the Ancient Curse Prayer to boost it. And then in terms of what we've got to do next, got to get templates from Hermod for the level 80 armor. I've got the 5 shards from next. I've got to do the 5 KBD kills, or QBD kills. And yeah, then I've got to do some quests and get the Kiln Cape, and also get a Zuck Stone to turn that into a Zuck Cape. So still plenty to do, even though we are like level 90 now. There's so much I've got to get to like be really optimal. But we're working on it. We're working through it as well. And for me, it's not a rush. Not a rush to do it. Just enjoy it. Don't do it too hard. Play the noob accounts as well, the Bond account. It's just splitting between you two, splitting your time, and just making sure that you're working on things. So we just need to go and get our prayer. So I think Celine. Teach me prayers. Now back to some Hermod Hermodado. Just to go and AFK some more and get some more plates. But if we need it, we have some DPS. So there is 50 KT at Hermod, yeah, whatever he is. I'm trying this AFK setup and it's actually not too bad. I do think I do need to make some more upgrades. I definitely need to go and get the Kiln Cape and then the Zuck Cape. So skulls cost less adrenaline, because that's what will help with the minions. But apart from that, like, it is very much AFK. Like, you just sit back and attack, and for me, because I can't take out the minions, I just gotta keep an eye out for the minions. But the DPS and stuff is quite good, to be fair. And I've just got 50 kills. I need to get a total of 9 more plates. I'm at 6 plates so far. Well, actually, no, 5 plates from the drop, 5 plates from the boss, and 1 from the quest. So actually, I'm 5 plates. But yeah, in terms of like just a nice chill boss, this is alright. I'm sure by the time this is out, we would have done a video on the rotation and all the other sorts of stuff. But it's the only time really it struggles is this time here is when he calls the minions. But if you right click and attack him, you're pretty good. You can't leave this square basically. This square keeps him. Yeah, you just need to stand in this square. But he's liking his Necroite spirit drops. Now, I'm using Penance at the minute when really I think Vampirism should have been the play. We could talk for a whole kill anymore. I won't talk, you can watch a whole kill. The way this cycles through is it uses Finger of Death a lot. And tries to optimise the Finger of Death as much as possible, which is a good play to be fair, because it really is an OP ability. And I think this is where I need Vamp, because it's just missing that little bit more healing. And I think I need to knock to 80 power armor as well. I just think that little bit of extra DPS from the skulls. Take those out. Just was a bit too AFK then, but we got the animated drumsticks, which is a part of, I think it's for diary. I don't know. Basically, something you have to like hand into the skeletal band in the center, just behind death, and you get some form of reward. But it's actually part of Hermod's drop. So the only thing now we need to complete the log is the pet. Although I will happily take 10 plates back to back to cover that as well. But yeah, I've made some slight changes to the setup. Would help if I overloaded. So bringing the God Book, I know I need to get a cape, don't judge me. I've done Vampirism and it's a lot more laid back. Really, the only difficult thing about a kill now is just making sure to get on the minions quick enough. Apart from that, rest of the kill is just nice and easy. Just see it out with all the Revolution bar. But whenever he lifts his arm like that, you know to get onto the minions. If you've got Death Skulls, do it, but I do struggle to have the adrenaline. And that's one thing I've had with Necromancy is that the one thing I struggle with is adrenaline, like massively. But that's my reason to go and get the Necromancy Zuck Cape, so that's on the list to get. So for Killi's next challenge, I had to do a Killer QBD. Wasn't too bad, and it was a bit of a refresher of one of the best like consistent money makers back in the day. Necromancy, it didn't really have much of a chance, QBD, because it just absolutely got melted. But yeah, pretty nice to do a kill there. I think I have the other components as well. Wasn't too bad actually, had to do like the next kills, which I did with a friend, and just got the stuff there. Had to also do all the other kills for Killi's, which this one wasn't actually painful. It was a bit of a sort of eye-opener of the DPS you could have it next. It may be like, to finish the next slug, I'll go down the Necromancy route to do the combat instead of the actual range. But that's what I quite like about these Killi tasks, is it's making you explore the PVM, making you kill the boss with Necromancy, and then just sort of opening up all the things you could be doing as well. But this would be pretty nice for the upgrade. The high tier of the Death Dealer is so OP, used for Death Mark. So the high tier we can get, the better bonuses we'll get, and the better Death Mark we'll also get as well. So yeah, let's go to Killi now. Let's go and get that sorted, and then we will move on to the next thing. So that is Killi's next big list for bosses for us to kill. Going to God Wars Dungeon 2, which were pretty nice, and see how Necromancy fares against them. I'm really interested to see how the overall aspect of giving Killi all these things will benefit us in the end, whether it's going to be a big like boss or something. There's got to be some form of kickback for what we're doing for Killi and all these things we're handing to Killi. Maybe it's some new version of like the Skeletal Horror, where you're collecting all the bones. All these things we've given to her must have something to do with in the end. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. This is my update on my Necromancy skills. Obviously, very backdated and something I want to be catching up plenty over the next couple of weeks. But I'll try and make it sort of as relevant as possible, get out as quick as possible, just so we can catch up anyway. I think over the next couple of episodes, that's when we'll start to hit 99 and then go past that as well. Because after 99, I became very stagnant with the skill and tried a lot of different things out. Which I'm hoping when I show you guys what I ended up doing, you guys will really enjoy it and we can go through there. That's going to be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.